In this session, we'll be turning our focus to another leadership approach known as situational leadership. Situational leadership is a flexible and adaptive leadership approach that emphasizes the importance of adjusting your leadership style to fit the context, task, and readiness of your team members. As we've mentioned a few times, leadership isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. Teams, tasks, and organizational challenges can vary widely. And effective leaders recognize that their style must change depending on factors like the experience level of their team members, the urgency of a task, and the complexity of the goal. Situational leadership offers a roadmap for navigating these variables, providing leaders with the tools to make informed decisions about how to approach different scenarios. In this session, we'll start by discussing how leaders adapt their style to context, focusing on the factors that influence situational leadership decisions. Next, we'll dive into the Hersey Blanchard situational leadership model, breaking down its core principles and how they can be applied in real-world scenarios. And finally, we'll explore the strengths and weaknesses of situational leadership, analyzing where this approach excels and where it may face limitations. To begin, let's dive into the concept of adapting leadership style to context. Situational leadership is fundamentally based on the understanding that effective leadership requires a great deal of flexibility. It recognizes that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to leadership. What works for one team member, one project, or a situation may not be effective in another. In order to be truly effective, leaders must develop the ability to read each unique situation accurately and then adjust their leadership style accordingly. Now, this adaptability is one of the most important skills a leader can cultivate. The ability to switch between different leadership styles based on the needs of their team, the task, or the circumstances allows leaders to maximize their impact and drive success across diverse scenarios. At the heart of situational leadership is the idea that different situations require different types of guidance, support, and motivation. Not all team members are at the same developmental stage, and not all tasks demand the same level of oversight. For example, consider a highly experienced team member who is working on a task that they've completed many times before. In this case, they may need minimal oversight. What they benefit from most is autonomy, the freedom to execute the task in their own way without feeling micromanaged. Now, in contrast, consider a less experienced team member who is tackling a complex project for the first time. Now, this individual will likely need more direction, closer supervision, and frequent check-ins to ensure that they're on the right track. The leader's role here is to provide the necessary support and guidance to help the team member succeed while still encouraging growth and learning. In addition to the experience and expertise of the individual team members, context also includes several other factors that can significantly impact leadership style. These factors can include the urgency of the task, the clarity of goals, and the team's overall morale and motivation. For example, in a high-pressure situation or a crisis where decisions need to be made quickly, a directive leadership style may be necessary. Now, in this type of scenario, the leader needs to give clear instructions, set priorities, and ensure quick decision-making to maintain control and guide the team through the crisis. The leader's ability to act decisively and provide clear, direct guidance becomes essential in these situations. Now, on the other hand, in a situation where innovation and creativity are being prioritized, such as brainstorming sessions, a more democratic and facilitative style might be more effective. Now, in this context, the leader should encourage input from all team members, create an open environment for ideas, and facilitate discussions to spark creativity. Now here, the leader's role is not to dictate, but to guide and support the flow of ideas, allowing the team to collaborate and develop innovative solutions. The style of leadership that works best depends entirely on the goals of the session and the type of work being done. An essential element of situational leadership is also recognizing that each individual on a team has different preferences, strengths, and needs. Some employees thrive in environments where they can have a high degree of autonomy, while others may feel more comfortable with clear step-by-step guidance. Effective situational leaders pay attention to these individual differences, adapting their approach to suit the needs of each team member. For example, one employee may prefer to take initiative and work independently, while another might prefer detailed instructions and regular check-ins to stay on track. A situational leader will recognize these preferences and adjust their communication, their feedback, and level of oversight accordingly. This individualized approach helps ensure that all team members are set up for success in a way that aligns with their strengths and learning styles. In short, situational leadership is about reading the room, assessing the needs of both the task at hand and the individuals involved, and adjusting your leadership style to provide the right balance of direction, support, and empowerment. This requires leaders to be observant, to be flexible and self-aware. The best leaders are able to accurately assess the situation, identify what their team members need, and adapt their approach to deliver the best possible results. By doing so, they create an environment where team members feel supported, trusted, and empowered to perform at their best. Whether they are providing clear guidance in a crisis, fostering collaboration during brainstorming, or offering autonomy in routine tasks, situational leaders ensure that their leadership style aligns with the unique needs of each moment. Now, this dynamic and responsive approach is what makes situational leadership such a powerful and effective leadership strategy. With the foundational understanding of situational leadership now in place, let's now explore the Hersey Blanchard situational leadership model, one of the most widely recognized and influential frameworks for situational leadership. Developed by Dr. Paul Hersey and Dr. Ken Blanchard, this model offers a comprehensive approach to leadership by recognizing that different team members require different levels of guidance and support based on their unique competence and commitment. The Hersey Blanchard model categorizes leadership styles into 4 primary types, each tailored to varying levels of team member readiness. The ability to assess where each individual stands and apply the most appropriate leadership style is what makes this model so powerful and effective. The Hersey Blanchard model divides leadership into 4 distinct styles, represented as quadrants. The first of these is the directing style, which we'll refer to as S1. This style is most effective when team members have low competence but high commitment. These individuals may be eager and motivated but lack the necessary skills or experience to perform the task independently. As a result, they need a leader who provides clear, direct instructions, sets specific goals, and closely supervises progress. The leader's role in this situation is to provide structure and guidance, ensuring that the team member is not left to figure things out on their own. For example, a new hire who is unfamiliar with the tasks and responsibilities of their role might need step-by-step guidance from their manager. While they may have the enthusiasm and commitment to succeed, they still require a great deal of direction to build the competence and confidence necessary to perform their duties effectively. The directing style focuses on giving clear instructions and monitoring progress closely until the employee gains the skills and confidence needed to work more independently. Next, we have the coaching style, which we'll refer to as S2. This is suited for team members who possess some competence but lack either confidence or motivation. Now, these individuals might have the skills needed to perform the task, but they may be inconsistent in their performance due to low or fluctuating levels of commitment. In this style, the leader combines clear direction with emotional support, encouragement, and coaching. The leader continues to provide structured guidance while also helping team members build self-esteem and motivation. The goal is not just to improve competence, but to elevate the individual's morale and engagement with the task. For example, a team member who has learned the basic steps of a task but struggles with doubts or inconsistent performance would benefit from coaching. The leadership in this situation might offer regular feedback, encouragement, and opportunities for skill development, all while continuing to guide the employee's performance. By using the coaching style, the leader helps the individual become more confident and motivated while ensuring they continue to grow and develop in their role. The third leadership style in the Hersey Blanchard model is the supporting style, or S3. This approach is ideal for team members who have moderate to high competence but varying levels of commitment. Now, these individuals genuinely know what they need to do and have the skills to perform their job successfully, but their level of motivation or engagement may fluctuate. The leader's role in this scenario is less about providing detailed instructions and more about providing encouragement, autonomy, and reinforcement. The leader acts as a sounding board, offering support and recognition for the employee's contributions. For example, an experienced employee who has the skills but may be feeling disengaged or disconnected might benefit from a leader who offers reassurance, reminds them of their value to the team, and encourages them to take an active role in decision-making. In this scenario, the supporting style allows the leader to foster a more collaborative environment, encouraging the team member to take ownership of their work and feel valued as part of the team. And finally, we come to the delegating style, or S4, which is most effective when team members have both high competence and high commitment. These individuals are highly skilled, they're motivated, and are capable of working independently. In this style, the leader provides minimal oversight. They trust the team members to take ownership of their responsibilities. The leader's role is to step back and to allow team members to execute tasks on their own, offering occasional check-ins or support as needed. Now, this style works best when the team member consistently delivers strong results and has the expertise to make decisions autonomously. For example, senior team members who have a track record of delivering successful outcomes might benefit from more hands-off approaches. Rather than being micromanaged, they would appreciate the freedom to work independently, with the leader offering support or guidance when necessary. The delegating style is empowering, as it allows the team member to take full ownership of their tasks, demonstrating trust and confidence in their abilities. What truly makes Hersey Blanchard model most effective is its emphasis on leader adaptability. Rather than relying on a single fixed approach, the model encourages leaders to assess both the competence and commitment of each team member before determining which leadership style to apply. Now, this flexibility allows leaders to respond to the unique needs of each situation, providing the right balance of guidance, support, and autonomy. By evaluating where each team member stands in terms of their skills and motivation, the leader can determine whether a more directive or supportive approach is required. This dynamic and responsive leadership style ensures that individuals receive the appropriate level of attention and encouragement to reach their full potential. Ultimately, the Hersey Blanchard situational leadership model equips leaders with the tools to meet people where they are, adjusting to their style and to align with the needs of their team members, fostering a work environment where everyone can thrive. And finally, let's examine the strengths and weaknesses of situational leadership. One of the greatest strengths of situational leadership is its inherent flexibility and adaptability. Unlike rigid leadership models that apply the same approach to every team member or situation, situational leadership is centered around the idea of adapting to the unique needs of both the team and the task at hand. This makes it incredibly versatile, allowing it to be applied across a wide range of industries, team structures, and organizational cultures. Whether you're leading a creative team in a tech startup or a production line in a manufacturing plant, situational leadership provides a framework that can be customized to fit the specific dynamics of the situation. Leaders who embrace this model are not bound by one-size-fits-all strategies. Instead, they continuously adjust their leadership style to match the evolving needs of their team and their environment, resulting in more effective leadership outcomes. Now, this versatility allows situational leadership to be employed successfully in diverse organizational contexts, whether dealing with routine tasks or high-stakes projects. Another significant strength of situational leadership is its emphasis on individualized development. Leaders who practice situational leadership are encouraged to assess each team member's level of competence and commitment. Now, based on this assessment, they can then tailor their approach to provide the right kind of support, guidance, and motivation for each individual. Now, this personalized leadership fosters a sense of being valued and understood, which helps to build trust and improve overall team performance. More importantly, it accelerates professional growth. For example, a team member who lacks experience but has high enthusiasm might benefit from a directing style to build competence, while a more seasoned team member with fluctuating motivation might need coaching and encouragement. By adjusting their style to fit each individual's needs, leaders help team members overcome challenges, build confidence, and develop new skills. This tailored support not only enables employees to succeed in their current roles, but also fosters their long-term growth within the organization, making them more capable and confident in their abilities. Situational leadership also promotes clear communication and alignment within teams. One of the core principles of this leadership style is the continuous open dialogue between leaders and their team members. Leaders are encouraged to regularly check in with their team, discussing progress, goals, and any challenges that might arise. This open communication fosters a transparent environment where everyone is on the same page and expectations are clear. It builds trust between the leader and the team, as team members feel heard and understood, knowing that their leader is committed to their success. Additionally, it helps align team members with organizational goals and ensures that everyone is working towards the same objectives. When communication is clear and transparent, it fosters a sense of unity and shared purpose, which can significantly boost team morale and cohesion. However, situational leadership is not without its challenges. One of its primary weaknesses is that it demands a high level of emotional intelligence, awareness, and adaptability from the leader. Not all leaders are naturally skilled at assessing the competence and commitment of their team members, and misjudging these factors can result in applying the wrong leadership style. For example, a leader might incorrectly assume that a team member who is underperforming lacks competence, when in reality, they may just be lacking motivation or engagement. On the other hand, a leader might offer too much autonomy to someone who is still building their skills, leading to frustration or mistakes. This kind of mismatch between the leader's style and the team member's needs can hinder progress, create tension, and lead to missed opportunities for growth. Effective situational leadership requires leaders to be attuned to their team members' needs, capable of accurately assessing their readiness and adjusting their style accordingly, a skill that takes time and practice to develop. Another challenge of situational leadership is that it can be time-consuming and resource-intensive. The process of constantly evaluating team members, assessing their level of competence and commitment, and adjusting leadership styles accordingly requires considerable effort. This can be particularly challenging for leaders who manage large teams or have tight deadlines. In such situations, it may be difficult for the leader to devote sufficient time to individually assess each team member's needs and adjust their approach. While situational leadership is incredibly effective when applied correctly, it demands ongoing attention and focus, which can sometimes be difficult to maintain in fast-paced or high-pressure environments. The need for flexibility and constant adjustment can stretch a leader's resources, potentially affecting their ability to manage other critical tasks or make timely decisions. Additionally, some team members may find the frequent shifts in leadership style confusing or unsettling. If a leader constantly moves between directive and supportive styles without providing clear communication, team members might become uncertain about the leader's expectations or intentions. For instance, if a leader offers detailed instructions one day and then backs off the next, the team member might feel unsure about what is expected of them or misinterpret the leader's intent. This lack of consistency can lead to frustration or even disengagement, as employees may struggle to understand their leader's approach and become confused about the direction they should take. It is crucial for leaders practicing situational leadership to communicate the reasons behind their shifts in style, ensuring that team members understand why the approach is changing and how it aligns with their needs and the team's goals. Lastly, situational leadership relies heavily on the leader's judgment and decision-making abilities. If a leader misjudges a team member's readiness or applies the wrong leadership style, it can lead to negative outcomes such as frustration, reduced morale, or underperformance. For example, if a team leader provides too much autonomy to a team member who lacks the necessary skills or motivation, the individual may become overwhelmed or fall behind. On the other hand, a leader who is too directive with an experienced team member may stifle their independence and demotivate them. Since situational leadership requires leaders to make ongoing assessments of their team's competence and commitment, there is always a risk of misjudgment. Leaders must be highly self-aware and possess strong decision-making skills to apply the right leadership style at the right time. If the leader's judgment is off, it can disrupt the team member's progress and negatively impact the working relationship. In conclusion, situational leadership offers many strengths, including its flexibility, its focus on individualized development, and its promotion of clear communication and alignment. However, it also comes with challenges, such as the need for high emotional intelligence, the time-consuming nature of the approach, the potential for confusion among team members, and the heavy reliance on the leader's judgment. While situational leadership is an incredibly effective model when applied correctly, leaders must be aware of these potential pitfalls and be prepared to address them. With the right balance of adaptability, communication, and awareness, situational leadership can empower leaders to guide their team successfully through a variety of situations and challenges, ensuring that everyone's needs are met and that the team goals are achieved. So, in today's session, we've explored how situational leadership adapts to context, focusing on the importance of assessing tasks, team dynamics, and individual readiness. We examined the Hersey Blanchard situational leadership model, breaking down its 4 styles: directing, coaching, supporting, and delegating. Finally, we discussed the strengths and weaknesses of situational leadership, recognizing its versatility, focus on individualized development, and communication benefits, while acknowledging its reliance on leader awareness, time investment, and potential for misalignment. Situational leadership isn't about adopting one style and sticking to it. It's about being observant, adaptable, and intentional in your approach. Great leaders recognize that every team member, task, and situation is unique, and they have the courage and wisdom to adjust their style to meet those needs effectively. In our next module, we'll be turning our attention to emotional intelligence in leadership, where we'll explore how self-awareness, empathy, and emotional regulation play a critical role in leading teams with authenticity and impact. For now, take a moment to reflect on your leadership interactions this week. Are there team members who might benefit from a different leadership style based on their competence or confidence levels? Identify one interaction where you can adjust your approach using the principles of situational leadership. I'll see you in the next module.